So both men were down in the third. Go ahead, Larry.
Well, you wonder if Sanders has used himself up because of all his activity. He looks a little bit wobbly right at this moment.
And you wonder if Sanders suffers from ring rust at this point. All the years of inactivity, so many short fights. And now he catches Rahman again with the left. And Rahman tries to catch him with the right. This is just going to be an old-fashioned slugfest from here on in. And they almost both went down.
Yeah, but Rahman held on to the ropes to break his fall.
Sanders looking confused now as he looks at his corner to Harold Bulbrecht. Long way to go in this round. Corrie Sanders' hands are down. He may be done in.
Rahman is looking for the big right hand. And every time he throws a right hand, Sanders tries to counter with his left. And when Sanders gets caught, it's when he's going in, being aggressive. He never gets hit too much when he's in a counter-punching mode.
Sanders with one more glance over to his corner as though there's something that Bulbrecht can tell him that'll help him out of this mess. Sanders has been down twice. Rahman's been down once.
Well, they've seen a lot of stuff on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. I don't know the last time they saw something like this.
I know. Derek Jefferson against Maurice Harris last November 6th. Same kind of fight. Boxing after dark, heavyweight fireworks. Sanders looks like he's in another world, but Rahman hasn't been able to take advantage in the last minute.
Rahman is looking to throw his right hand and try to hit it, and Sanders is trying to make him throw the right hand and trying to counter with the left. There it is again. Every time he makes him throw the right, he tries to counter.
One body shot, two body shots, three body shots. One of them was low. Sanders looks utterly done in. Loses his footwork for a moment.
Sanders has made it known that his second biggest love is golf, and maybe it might become his biggest love after this, because it's totally just the opposite of what he's in tonight.
They trade shots again.
Blood coming from both of their noses in this fight. Why not?
Is Corrie Sanders beginning to get his legs back from the knockdown early in the round. But Hasim Rahman was never able to find the right finishing opportunity for 2 minutes there while Sanders wandered around in a daze.
If Rahman would use his jab a little bit more effective, I think he would do a lot better. It would set up better for his right hand.
Wild left hand misses by Sanders, and they'll go to another round.
Wat die spoegje zijn. Dat kan niet aan. Zoek nog een.
Get nothing. The boy's being tired. You got him back up with what? Okay, let's do this. One strong jab.
We almost had
and then a right hand.
a double knockdown in that round. Just watch as Rahman throws the right hand, he catches him, but held himself up with that left hand, which was fortunate because it gave him a 2-point round.
I thought that's what might happen in the second fight tonight. I actually said in one of our pre-fight promos on the air that Moskaev and Jefferson might knock each other out. Instead, it was Rahman and Sanders who almost pulled that off. Corrie Sanders threw 70 punches around in the first 2 rounds of this fight. In the last round, by CompuBox numbers, he threw 38. So Sanders has lost his activity level and is now just looking for a one-punch knockout of Rahman. Harold, how do you have it through 4?
Okay, Jim, interesting scoring. Actually, in rounds 2-1 won Corrie Sanders, but in points, it's all even. The first 2 rounds, like you said, Corrie Sanders wins 10-9. The third round, they each scored a knockdown. You really have to score it even, 10-10. And the fourth round, Rock wins 10-8 because of the clean knockdown. 38-38, even.
I think Rahman's got a chance to win a boxing match if he can pull his act together and just go from here, working with the right hand.
Well, it's clear that Sanders is trying to get his second or third wind here, and Rahman doesn't seem capable of putting the pressure on him.
At this stage right here, Rahman should really step up the pressure a lot more.
How do you explain what Rahman did in the last 2 minutes of the preceding round and here?
Well, basically, it's a gambling fight the way they're fighting. They're both just gambling. One is shooting the right hand lead, and the other one's waiting to counter punch over the right. But if you notice, Sanders threw a few pesky right jabs that seemed to have been effective, but if he doesn't continue to do that, Rahman's going to keep walking straight into him. He needs to keep working his right jab a little bit more to keep him at a distance right there and to set him up for his left. But Rahman seems to have gotten his confidence back together, seems to be very comfortable in the setting right now. But what bothers me is the fact that he's doing the same thing over and over, strictly trying to throw a right hand.
Round 5 is a totally arm-weary round for both fighters. Neither man has landed anything of significance here. Pesky jabs, as you called them, Emmanuel. The best that Corrie Sanders can offer. He's waiting for Rahman to throw another right hand, getting ready to drop the left on him. And Rahman's looking for the spot to throw the right hand. Round 1's action, and for the moment, they're not going to get it.
A fan who boos this fight ought to be throttled. They've earned a break.
That was a good jab by Rahman.
Well, call it the 5th inning stretch, if you like. Tune in July 17 as HBO Sports presents our next Sports of the 20th Century documentary, When It Was a Game 3. Once again in our award-winning series, viewers will be taken back to an era when fans had special bonds with their heroes. The 1960s were a time of turbulent change, but throughout the decade, names like Clemente, Gibson, Mays, Mantle, and Aaron still meant greatness. When It Was a Game 3, with its exclusive home movies premiering in July on HBO.
You're doing this now. Back him up, fade him back. And look, every time something ain't right, put the hands up.
Breathe in good, man.
He's loping the wall. Hasim, that's just... Don't let him move. You make me get this grease now. Don't move. All right. You're tight on it. Let's go.
Round 5, totally unlike any of its predecessors. All of the 4 preceding rounds dominated by power punches. In round 5, Rahman threw 21 jabs and landed 8. And Sanders also connected on 9 jabs. So both fighters got whatever offense they got in the 5th round from the jab, and it was precious little. Let's see who gets the second win first.
Both guys seem to be mentally alert, though, and seem to be trying to sort things out, so to say. I think the jab is becoming more of a factor there as the fight is moving on. And once again, maybe they're rested up, they're ready to resume where they left off a couple of rounds ago.
Rahman lands a straight left hand. Sanders looks fresh enough to counter with the left. Rahman is more effective when they get inside. And this time Sanders takes the right hand lead flush on the jaw.
Sanders got a pretty good, he's been hit with some good right hand. I think the knockdowns when he got knocked down was mainly when he was in the process of punching and wasn't expecting punches at the time. But he seemed to have a pretty good chin. But the fight is up for grabs. Whoever could mount a good aggressive attack, particularly behind a jab right now, could take control of the fight. Same again.
Another counter left hand by Sanders. Sanders getting more and more pesky with that jab now, trying to set up his left hand, and he lands 2 more left crosses on Rahman. Misses the 3rd.
Sanders has a tendency to get square with his balance once he gets into an exchange.
Go to which corner? Whose mouthpiece? You got the mouthpiece?
Hasim Rahman losing the mouthpiece. It's right in front of New Jersey State Athletic Commission Chairman Larry Hazard.
Sanders. Sanders lost.
Sanders' mouthpiece, yeah, okay.
Rockman has one of those clear mouthpieces, which looks like it's nothing in his mouth, but it's a clear mouthpiece.
You heard Eddie Cotton asking Rockman if it was his mouthpiece, and you're right. Turns out to be Sanders' mouthpiece instead.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Rockman going to the body with the right hand. I like that idea. This fight, incidentally, is scheduled for 12 rounds because Corrie Sanders owns an off-brand heavyweight title belt.
Let's go. Get out.
It's not even an off-brand. It's not even an off-brand. Hard right hand by Rockman. Sanders is taking that punch now.
Stop punching. Stop punching. Step back.
Both guys, strange enough, seem to have rejuvenated themselves, at least mentally. I'm looking at both of them's eyes and seem to be very clear. They're very much aware of everything that's going on.
Stop punching.
And the biggest problem I see that Sanders has is his balance. After he throws a punch, he often finds himself squared with his feet, so therefore he gets knocked down very easily.
I don't see his hand speed anymore, man.
No more hand speed. But nevertheless, the pesky jab of his are still beginning to be a big factor, particularly if he keeps it up.
That was a big round for Rahman. And still to come, the other heavyweight battle, the one we thought would really provide the fireworks, and maybe it will. Derek Jefferson against Oleg Maskaev. Maskaev, last November, was trailing Rahman on all cards when he knocked him through the ropes here in Atlantic City.
Yeah, spin around, suck it in deep. Get your hands down, Rock. Relax, baby. He's running from you, Rock. Can't you see it? Press it, look, left foot. Keep back with the hands up. Do like this. He can't get nothing. And you jam.
All right. He's all right. Just step it up a notch.
All right, there you see in the back of the arena here is Corrie Sanders' wife, their 3-year-old daughter, who is celebrating her 3rd birthday tonight. A few rounds ago, they were sitting ringside, but